Hey guys, have you ever played a video game? That's not. In today's video, I looked at games that were like Minecraft. Now obviously Rust, Terraria. Are you kidding me? Holy crap! All those games are very similar to Minecraft, but I wanted to find games that were very not known. So I did. Tags that I used to find these games were survival, crafting, and sandbox. And I found a few good ones and I found a few crappy ones.
Why is there no sound?
Bruh.
It just crashed.
So the first one I looked at was called Terrasology, and this was actually meant to be like exactly like Minecraft. The graphics are exactly like it, the little hands peeking out. But I quickly noticed that it is definitely not Minecraft. The mechanics just didn't work. I tried a lot of different things. At first I thought, hey, it's probably because I'm not on an actual version of it, because they had version names and I wasn't on the actual release one. So I tried to go to the release one and it still didn't work. I was able to walk around and I was able to do a little bit of some of the things, but for some reason the key bindings weren't working. I wasn't able to sprint. I was walking at like 2 miles an hour. I couldn't craft anything. I couldn't do anything. I don't know if maybe my computer was just messed up, but I was able to play other games and some of the things on this game were working. There was a freaking gun in this game. It was like an explosive gun. I mean, it seems kind of weird that they're adding guns and things like that in a video game where you can't even sprint in it because it's not working correctly. It seemed pretty cool, you know, it seemed like they were trying to add their own stuff, and the graphics were okay. I liked, there was a lot of different types of things that you could change for the graphics. It seemed like Minecraft with Optifine. I'll give it a solid 1.5 out of 3 because I'm not sure if it's bad because I just didn't do it. I can see where they're trying to go with it, and I like how they tried to make it like very community based. That's a good thing. They're trying to be bruh. Yeah, they're trying to be bruh. So the next game that I played was called Gone Survival, and it was very similar to Stupid. It was very similar to Rust. I mean, it was good. Actually, it had a lot more features than I thought it would. The graphics were kind of like not there. It wasn't really that good, and it seemed like way too much like Rust. There was even like radiation buildings and stuff, and the crafting was exactly like Rust. You know, the enemies were the same thing over and over. It was a cannibal, I guess, or a zombie. They were the same model. They made the same noises. They did have quite a bit of crafting in it. I was surprised by how much crafting that you were able to do with it. They had a lot more items than I thought that they would have. It was just really weird how it was. There was a supply drop and I tried to go to it. It took forever and I never got to it because for some reason there was like a radiation building in the way and I kind of just gave up after that. But I liked how straightforward it was. It kind of just told you to do everything and you kind of just did it. It seemed like they had a lot of good stuff in it. You know, you could craft a lot. I wish they really had better enemy choices and they had better sound effects and they had more things to do. The combat was kind of terrible. It was awful. It just didn't really make any sense to fight like that. But yeah, I'll give it a solid 1.5 again. I know, same rating, because I could see that they spent time on it, but it was just way too much like Rust for me to really understand the uniqueness of it. If you're gonna make a video game based on another video game, you should try to put in your own things and not just copy and paste. That's probably a good idea to not do that. Bruh. This was actually a really good game. The graphics were really nice. I love this type of cartoonish graphic style. It just looks really good. The one bad thing though that was just constant is the sound effects. The sound effects were just so not good.
All right. The graphics are cool, but the sound effects are a no-no.
The grass was just so crunchy. It didn't sound like grass. If you're gonna have a constant sound, which is grass, you know, you're running through grass a lot in a video game like this, you need to make it very background. It's too much, it's constant, and it's very annoying. And it's not like a different sound effect, it's the same thing over and over. At least try to change the sound a little bit. But I did like the approach that this game had. I really liked the leveling system in this game. It was very cool. The one thing though that was bad about it was that it took too long to level up. That's not a problem if you add enough stuff in the game to kind of enjoy it. And I feel like if there were more updates, more enemies, maybe more things that you could do, maybe more crafting items that you could make while you're waiting, because you're kind of just wandering around and collecting random stuff and trying to just get as much XP as you can until you can make things. The enemies were also kind of buggy. I kind of expect that kind of stuff with not really known games, so I don't really care about it too much. The archers, I didn't know of any way to get up there. If there was a way, you should try to add like a little hotkey picture that a lot of games do. Plus, for graphics, for leveling mechanic, that was a good idea. But I'm gonna have to give it points off for the sound effects and the the enemy mechanics, and also they need to add more craftable items per level so that you can kind of enjoy your time and not just grind until you get to the highest level so that you can actually play the game. So I'll give it a solid 2. Because I feel like those fixes are kind of just what happens when you don't really have a big team. You need to, it takes a long time to add things to a game. Sound effects are pretty easy to fix, I feel like, so that's not really that big of a deal.
I said I'm a llama liquor, you big noob, you nothing but a noob, diamond chaser.
Sky Life. This game was it was Minecraft Skyblock, if you've ever played that. It was pretty fun. I like how they made an entire game off of this, and I could see that they had a lot of heart. There was a cute little intro. When you actually play the game, though, it's very weird. I can see that the creator really tried to add a lot of items, and they did. They did a good job on adding items to the game, but I quickly realized that I couldn't play that long because I could hold 5 items in my inventory. All the rest I had to put in a chest. If you took too much out of the chest and you didn't have enough inventory space, it would just pop it out of the chest and it would sometimes fall off. Actually, normally it would, because the islands, they were so damn small. They were tiny. I understand with Skyblock, you're trying to go from island to island, but you need to make the islands a little bit bigger so there's more space to function on. I couldn't do anything in this game, and the crafting was very not good, but it was a pretty good game because I could see that the creator really cared about the game, and they tried to make it unique from just normal Minecraft, and they did that pretty successfully. You could tell that it was Minecraft, but it felt like it was like a mod. The mechanics were kind of weird. You could kind of just plant a potato and it would just grow. There was no water. Maybe make the tutorial a little bit longer, because the tutorial really was just for controls and placing blocks, and that's it. There wasn't really much on the tutorial, and I feel like if it had more things that it told you how to do, it would make much more sense to play the game and craft items and that kind of stuff. But I'll give it a 1. I feel like if this has more work, it could be a 2. But just at this point right now, it's a 1. I'm literally giving it a 1 because it has a lot of passion in it. That's what I'm doing. I'm being nice because I can tell the creator cares. And if the creator cares about the game enough, it could be a good game. But just right now where it is, it's not there. All right, the worst game I have ever played. That's right. That's why I was killing myself in the intro. It is what would happen if throw up came out of your butthole. That's what this game would be. The movement speed, why would you do this to the character? The movement speed is awful. And I don't know what energy is. I don't know what half of the things are. The crafting doesn't make any sense in this game. The page on Steam is literally just a brick house with this little slug character in it. But I couldn't figure out how to get items and make half of this stuff. Any of it. I don't know how to make any of this. The tutorial didn't make any sense. It wasn't helpful. This game was not good. It wasn't straightforward enough, and I don't need you to be straightforward in a video game. I just need it to be somewhat understandable, or somewhat I can learn it, but I couldn't, because my character took 10 minutes to walk across the terrain that I needed to go to. I'll give it a solid -2. Out of 3, and that's being generous. So that's the end of the video, guys. But I hope you did enjoy. If you did at any point, hit like and subscribe. If you didn't, then just unsubscribe and don't hit the notification bell and hit dislike. You can also go to my Discord to tell me how much you hated the video, and I'm gonna see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm out on the block again, so